Now, still with the news, the leader of the Gambia Moral Congress placed iAfrica TV's microphone down and walked out of the Ifanbodi's exclusive interview, alleging contempt from the anchor. Mai Ahmad Fatih had been submissive to the interview contract until Mamadou Lamine Jammeh began to ask him how he became the first minister to be fired from the Barrow-led coalition government. The Semlek saga appeared to irritate the nerves in the GMC leader, leading to his marching out of the interview. Omar Ahmed Toure files more in this report.
Mai Ahmed Fatih responses that his sacking from the cabinet was in connection to the Kanilai incident and not because of his alleged bid rigging meant to award Semlex the contract to print the Gambia National Identity Card. Before the broadcast of the Ifanbodi edition, Mr. Fatih went on his Facebook page alleging contempt against him. He emphasizes that his name had been cleared from the Semlex saga through an independent investigation by the National Assembly. When the Ifanbodi host hints that the interview was going to delve into the Semlex issue a bit later, the former Minister of Interior decides to clear his image immediately instead.
But we will not treat that here. You think it's
No, if you start talking about it, we will have to treat it. You can't pass by it. I am going to respond now. No, I will respond now, Mr. Jammeh. I am the one answering. Mr. Jammeh, no, wait. I will answer you now. You have to allow me to respond. Then you shouldn't ask me the question in the first place if you know you were going to ask me about it later. If you bring up the topic, then I have to give my response.
As Ifanbodi tries to go according to his interview plan, Mai Fatih wouldn't take any question before exhausting the controversial issue at hand. This time, the Ifanbodi program decides to explore the Kanilai incident as a reason for dismissal, but Mr. Fatih has at this time decides to leave the doubt hanging in the same way it was communicated by the presidency.
This is my question.
Saying, foforiate, mbosula Gambia dumibuli yo jabi, ndeto jabila. Ite kuma fola jambe mbula lo jabila.
Now, whether that was wrong or right, it's there for Gambians to judge. I won't talk about that. You won't say anything here. That would make me answer that question. Whether right or wrong, Gambians are listening and they will draw conclusions. They are wiser than I am. He said he removed me because of national interest, so whether that was right or not, let Gambians talk about that.
Henceforth, the interview on the Ifanbodi program could no longer regain the balance. In fact, the GMC leader once again needs to satisfy his urges on the Semlex saga, but the Ifanbodi host needs to regulate the discourse. Eventually, things were no longer bearable on what appears as a hot seat for Mai Fatih, so he makes the unusual but final decision.
Honorable
Mr. Jammeh, ni lafta interview tanya kakarim kuntu.
No madre kuntu kan.
You know, Mr. Jammeh, if you want this interview to progress, do not intercept me, because if you intercept me, we won't progress. You can insist just as I do, but do not cut me short. Listen, if you cut me short, I will take it as a disrespect. Listen, Mr. Jammeh, and allow me to talk. No, I am talking and I am not done yet, so allow me to talk. Mr. Jammeh, if you want to answer the question yourself, then do it, or allow me to respond. This is not an argument between you and I. If you want us to continue, you have to listen to me. I don't think this interview will continue because I found that you are not respecting me.
The 7th edition of the Ifanbodi program on iAfrica TV has since Friday sparked public discourse, particularly on social media platforms. Some of the key highlights regard to whether it was right or wrong for the former Minister of Interior to walk out of interview contract, or whether the program anchor had compromised any journalistic principle. Among the commentators was former Information Minister Demba Ali Jawo. He wrote, "This is the worst interview I have seen. The journalist had not treated Mai with fairness. His trend of questioning is very bad and confrontational." The Director of Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, Sam Mendy, commented, "They can point fingers at people, castigate, accuse, or call them corrupt, but frown on similar things when put on the spotlight. I beg all political leaders to endeavor to appear on the Ifanbodi show. They just need to make sure that they are fully loaded to avoid walking away." For Paul A. Korea, it is a sensitive and real issue. That is why he dropped the mic, a defensive action. Fatu Jambe, "Mr. Journalist, if you continue like this, don't be surprised that nobody will want to be interviewed by you. Just give him a chance and listen." While Omar Samate commented, "A presidential aspirant running away from genuine questions? That's all I can see here. Stop disrespecting Gambian journalists for doing their job." Reporting for iAfrica TV, this is Omar Ahmadu Toure.